Dear friends, I bid you welcome. I hope the night was not too short. Your Eminence, Duchess, Monsieur de Richet, allow me to introduce our new guests. They arrived during the night. Johann Christoph von Wollner, Minister of Religious Affairs and close aide of Frederick William II, King of Prussia. Napoleon Bonaparte, Lieutenant of the French Revolutionary Army. And Jacques Peroux, French Revolutionary Tribunal Judge. Unfortunately, my friends, Lord Mortimer will not be joining us this morning, but he should be with us later. So, let us begin.
What is Mortimer playing at? He tells me to come urgently and he sends no one to meet me?
Not.
How was the crossing for you?
Not really,
Oh, when a time is over, answer is automatically selected.
Thank you again for the wine, Your Eminence. It is served every day at the king's table.
I am delighted to hear it.
Volner and Piaggi seem to be getting along well.
My dear Johann, how are you?
Glad to make landfall at last. And yourself?
Very well.
And your husband?
He's poorly. The French Revolution gives him terrible headaches.
Oh, I understand. I shall feel better too, as soon as the situation is settled.
If by chance the French crisis is emulated in Berlin, there will always be a refuge for you in London, my dear.
Your offer does you honor, Emily. But London is much closer to Paris than Berlin. Beware. The French are capable of sailing up the Thames straight to the Houses of Parliament.
Oh, my friend, I am shaking in my clogs.
French guy here. Okay.
Is the wine to your liking?
Very much so, Sir Gregory. Such
What to even click on?
Typically French. A Sauterne, isn't it?
Absolutely.
If I'm not mistaken, this is not Lord Mortimer's favorite wine. It is yours.
In his absence, I have taken the liberty of making a slight deviation from the rule, but I count on your discretion.
Don't worry, I appreciate the same grape varieties as you. I remember the last time we tasted that nectar here at this table. The finest minds of the century were present.
And the last time we drank it, the orphanage in Bloomsbury was still in ruins.
Would you repeat that?
Oh, well, I put some small effort into the works. The orphanage reopened just before Christmas. The bedrooms, washrooms, and the classrooms had all been refurbished.
I don't know what to say. You have given the girls a wonderful Christmas gift. Thank you.
I made a promise. Now it is done.
She's a little bit,
It's
yeah.
the first time I've ever seen her so moved. Just
Yeah.
mentioning that orphanage broke right through Emily's hard shell.
Oh dear.
She
Is
is
everything
vulnerable
alright?
to psychology.
Yes, thank you. I had a moment of absence, but here I am again.
No, Woolner?
My lord, I only know the prestige of your name. Might I have the honor of getting to know you a little better?
You are Monsieur
Louis Moras de Richet.
de Richet. De Richet. A name with a nobiliary particle. Are you descended from a noble line?
He's a commoner. Let's deflect the
The
question.
presence of a particle does not necessarily mean a person belongs to the nobility, nor does it
Diversion.
prevent the observance of the rules of etiquette, Monsieur von Wollner.
Oh, he's got the vulnerability too. Diversion.
Have you any information on this Napoleon?
Don't know. Let Emily reply.
What do you think, madam? What is this Bonaparte doing here?
The presence of a soldier is never a good sign. It can only mean there's going to be further war. To answer your question, I only know that his family were in favor of the revolution, and that it almost cost them their lives.
Thank you, that's helpful.
Monsieur de Richet, it would seem we have common interests. Could we speak in private, please?
Yes, I
Sure, I guess. You're a little bit taller than I was expecting. Wow. No handrails, huh?
Lord
We're on the,
Mortimer and the Golden Order, through your mother, have concluded a financial agreement.
Stay composed, Louis. I'm listening.
An agreement for cannons. Lord Mortimer assured me that you are to take over the project on behalf of your mother. You must know that I am deeply sorry about their disappearance, but I must validate the deal urgently if I want to be able to organize things properly.
I haven't seen Lord Mortimer yet. I'm afraid I'll be unable to answer your questions.
He assured me that you could replace your mother during her absence.
I appreciate his confidence, but still, this is a bit hasty. But please continue.
Of course, but I need to know if I can count you among my allies.
oh boy.
Of course.
And for that, I have a little question for you. The agreement stipulates an aid of 50,000 louis d'or for 200 cannon.
It's not the right time. I agree on such a deal. It's not the right time.
I've only just taken over the affair. The agreement will be considered null and void until
Etiquette.
we've gone through it together. Is that clear?
All right, you seem to know what you're doing. I have one last question I would like to pose to you. We don't know each other yet, you and I need to make sure that we both share the same vision for the future of France. Given the hard times that have befallen our beautiful country, what do you think it would take to restore its luster?
Let us trust a convention. Let's trust a convention.
It's time for Girondins and Montagnard to come together at last and give rise to a republic worthy of all the spilled blood. Both parties must put an end to their petty quarrels for the good of
He's
all.
immune to
You
politics,
must
huh?
be joking, my friend. Neither side will ever accept the advice of the other. It's simply a lost cause.
Oh. Let the people be free to choose?
Let the people make their own choices.
You are joking, I hope. The people are simply not capable of taking charge, don't you see? They are an uneducated mob who react on the spur of the moment, incapable of providing a coherent vision for the good of the country. I think there must be a misunderstanding.
What do you mean?
I cannot believe that Lord Mortimer advised me to speak to you. I must have misunderstood. Excuse me, please.
Bravo, Louis. Total fiasco.
Well, this guy's a douchebag. I mean, what can I say? What else?
My friends, I would like to say a few words, please. I would like to thank Lord Mortimer and you, Sir Holm, for bringing us all together here. Those of us for whom it is not the first time here, like me, are all trembling in sweet anticipation of the arrival of our host. For the rest, I would like to reassure you that Lord Mortimer always has a few surprising projects to propose. But I can assure
his
you that
neck.
each and
His
every
neck is
one of
really
us
bad.
has always benefited from them. The last time I came to this place, Lord Mortimer offered to help me in my electoral campaign for the presidency of the United States. And it is imminently clear that his support was an invaluable aid to us. We are here among like-minded people. So let us put aside the conflicts in which some of our nations find themselves at present. So I raise my glass in honor of you all, my new and old friends.
I trust you shall not be disappointed, Mr. Washington. Right, we shall meet again tomorrow.
That is
All the
the
guests will be present.
weirdest
as
mechanic.
well as Lord Mortimer, I hope. Until then, I trust you will find plenty to keep you amused.
Also, what's with all the butterflies? Just kind of sitting on everything. Like, I don't... It's like random as to which one you're supposed to click on. I could have searched Napoleon's room. Well, but I tried to, and it was locked. So is that where that key was supposed to be used for his room? But I thought I walked by there again. It didn't. Maybe I didn't. Maybe I walked by it without trying the key again. All right. Well, I mean, all we did was fail to convince Napoleon, which, I mean, honestly, there was no good answers on that list they gave me. Like, nothing seemed to make any sense. So I'm not too upset about that. Alright, so some objectives complete. Let's get this freaking science thing. I had a point in science. What? I guess I technically don't have the skill yet because I need 2 points left before level 1. Let's just unlock that because that would have been really, really useful. Of course, now that I've unlocked it, it'll be like, oh, everything needs the occult now or something. Psychology I can now do. Vigilance. Diversion. Linguistics. 2 points left. 3 points left. 2 points left. Got a bunch of etiquette, so that's good. Subterfuge. Kind of really want subterfuge. I guess occultism would help too. Manipulation. These are both 1 point. Alright, let's just unlock both of these. Hell with it. The hell with it, I say. I seem to be leaning that way anyway.
Alright, let's recap. Before dinner, I was going to investigate my mother's message. I've got to find the place where all eyes size you up.
Alright, parallel laws. 1 skill point in conviction, 1 skill point in diversion, 1 skill point in etiquette. Science. Etiquette. Conviction. I'm gonna be doing pretty well in etiquette, so maybe we'll do this one for conviction for now. To find a place where all eyes size you up. I heard something ding. There it is.
Coin, recognizable by the hole in the middle. If I remember rightly, that's called a cash.
So we got another Chinese coin out of it. Thing over here. Got a harp, I guess we could play, or piano. Yeah, lots of butterflies around here. Looks like His Eminence is pigging out here.
Well, Your Eminence, do you still have any room left?
Ah, my son, the sin of gluttony is the most difficult of all in my eyes. Nevertheless, what a charming moment we have had together. I'm delighted I was able to talk to Mr. von Wollner. We hadn't spoken to each other for an eternity.
Yes. I noticed that Your Eminence knew a fair number of people at the table.
The benefit of age, my son. This isn't my first invitation to Lord Mortimer's. You will see, it's the perfect place to make new friends. Indeed, I noticed that you and Mr. Bonaparte had already begun.
Ah, I adapt quickly to local customs. It's what I was taught.
And you are right to do so, my son. But tell me, have you had any news of your mother since your arrival?
Alas, still nothing, Your Eminence. But I still haven't been able to meet Lord Mortimer.
Do not worry. It is typical of him. What can I say? Lord Mortimer is a very busy man.
Yeah, those chess pieces won't move themselves. I think you're beginning to worry. No, not
To
really.
tell you the truth, not really.
You are right. Be positive. Perhaps Sarah is in the company of Lord Mortimer, and they will both turn up shortly.
But while I have you with me, I have a question for you.
Go ahead, Louis. What can I do for you?
I'm looking for a Medusa, or where all eyes size you up.
If I said to you, where all eyes size you up, would it mean anything to you?
I don't know if it's the place you're looking for, Louis, but it makes me think of the portrait gallery.
There's a gallery here? Can you tell me where to find it, please?
Of course. Just go through the door at the end. It will lead into the library. Continue all the way through, and you'll end up in the gallery. You'll see it, Louis. When you get there, you'll know.
Thank you very much, Your Eminence. On that last word, then, I shall leave you to fight your demons. See you later, Your Eminence.
See you later, my son.
Now, see, that's the kind of dialogue I would expect. Like, if we're doing that in 2018, be like, all right, I'll just leave you pig out on this stuff, or try not to pig out on this stuff. But he was like, no, I'll leave you to fight your demons. So that's more in line with what I would be expecting. Devil's Thorn.
The lock is surrounded by a triple circle.
Okay, triple circle. But I've only got a one circle lock thing.
Circe.
Circe. He's apparently enamored by the Lannisters.
Dining on ham. Well, that's very appetizing.
I say. What do we have here? Alright, something I need subterfuge to unlock. Key with an occult earth symbol. Key with an occult earth symbol. That wouldn't be like the three things over here, right? The three circles?
The lock is surrounded by a triple circle.
Is that a measure of the occult? Triple circle? Okay, that's not the key for that. What would be the circle of the occult? Would it be like a pentagram? Or something? Move this way, just see if there's something over here. Oh, of course there is.
Romney painted Lady Hamilton as Circe. Discourse on the Method by Descartes. This book changed the way I looked at the world. Circe preparing wine. What
Yeah,
better trap for Ulysses?
He's really, he's really into Circe, isn't he? Amalite water.
The Conversion of Ulysses by Gours. Circe changing Ulysses' companions into swines.
Oh, not lovely. He made some ham for the banquets.
Circe turning Ulysses' companions back into humans.
Okay. Where's this lead? Oh, this leads back into where we were. Okay. Alright, just making sure. So, that said, anybody leave any coins on the floor here? I'm like that guy that walks through parking lots after the movie, you know. Anybody drop change here? No change? No change on the ground? Okay. Alright. We'll head through the door. Is that something over there? No. Just another sparkle. Ooh. Well, that's a heck of a library, isn't it? Golden elixir. There's a lot of books in here. He's got himself quite the archive. Ooh, that book doesn't look like the others.
Petrus, the Miller brothers. Mother expressly forbade me from reading it.
Well, maybe you should read it now, because she's not around. Royal jelly behind there. Okay. More limited inventory space. This music, I'm not sure what to make of the music. It's like very cheerful and happy, and it's like not really befitting a mystery thing.
2 pages out of an old encyclopedia.
Oh, there we go. We can add that.
Old Sesterce from Roman Gaul.
Old Sesterce. Was that more books or more manuscript pages? I mean. All right. Well, was there another? That's the door we came in, right? Is this a bottomless pit of a library area? Because that looks like. Is that the ground down there? It doesn't look like the ground is down there. It looks like it's just a bottomless pit of books. Oh, this is definitely the gallery.
Where all eyes size you up. Chances are, that's the room my mother spoke of. And she also spoke of a Medusa. Should I go and try to find the creature now?
Might as well go try to find the Medusa, because these violinists are following us around.
Liberty or Death by Regnault.
You
Well,
need
I'll take Liberty, please.
You need to
Well, I do understand his choice, even though it seems right. Ah, painting by Ingres. Molière dining with Louis XIV. The king's posture is surprising. It's almost as if he's addressing someone in the assembly. Celia. That name means nothing to me.
Yeah, it doesn't mean anything to me either, but I'm not down with my names. Names were never a strong suit for me.
Allegory regarding the decoration of the rights of men. That's the least you could say.
Okay. What else do we have? The solar system here. And is that just a sit down and look at it? Yeah, I don't know if I need to sit down and look at it. Can't go outside. What is that? There's a sign on here? Reserve a Manuel Godet. Oh, it's reserved by Manuel Godet de Aludia?
Christ Crucified by Velasquez. Look, someone's left a note there. Reserved for the Duke of Alquidia.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Alright, so he's... The Duke has bought it, I suppose. With the Last Supper up here.
The Last Supper by Leonardo da Vinci.
Yeah, see, I know some things.
The last day before his crucifixion, Jesus announces that he will be betrayed by one of his disciples. Golden elixir. I'll keep it for later.
Golden elixir, I'll keep it for later. Carmelite water, I'll keep it for later. Sometimes the voice acting is just way off from what you would expect it to be, which is just hilarious.
The Song of Roland. Roland feeleth his death is near, his brain is oozing by either ear. With his brain oozing, it's already remarkable that he can feel anything.
Yeah, but that's a clue, dude. Why would that book be open to that page unless it was your dear mother?
Ah, François Ier, Receiving the Holy Family, a painting by Raphael.
Okay. Amber, I collected 4 amber fragments. My maximum effort points increased by 1. Awesome.
Amber.
Amber. Amber. All right.
The Fall of Phaeton, another painting by Rubens. Poor Phaeton, struck by lightning by his father Apollo for borrowing his chariot and losing control of it. Moral, don't steal Dad's chariot.
Yes. Also, the name of the big bad in Exo Squad, Phaeton. Let's look at that one.
Between Louis XIV and Philippe V. I wonder why Mortimer's particularly fond of this painting. The Company by Rembrandt.
He's a fan of art, apparently. A student of art. Now, can I go through here? No. All right, so there's a clue that I am missing somewhere along here. Question is, where am I missing said clue? Do I have to actually sit down at the... I bet I have to actually sit down on the thing here. Right? Or no, maybe it's in that room. It's probably in that room, but let's just sit here for a second. Yep, I figured it was just... I figured I was just a... Let's take a brief moment to look at everything. This book is also open. Did I look at that one? Oh, I can't look at that one. It's looking at the painting. Okay. these damn violinists. They keep falling behind me here. No, I can't do that. There's Medusa. Does she have amber in her eyes?
I've got to find out what Mother was trying to do with her. The Medusa. A hero armed with a sword? A hero with a lantern. And the last one holding a shield. I'll stake my life on it. All the statues form a single scene together. The poor devils are about to face the beast. Let's give them a helping hand.
Oh, I gotta turn these things a certain way? Well, the guy with the shield, you would have to turn towards Medusa because the shield is what actually... It was reflective enough to make her see a reflection of herself, and so she froze herself, right? How that goes, I think.
A painting with no name.
Painting with no name. Alright, so this guy here... Oh wait, he's got a sword. Let's not do him yet. This one's got a lantern. Not the one you want. You don't want an illuminator, I wouldn't think. Oh. More amber up there. I really... This agility is just gonna drive me insane here. Here's the shield. Consider the optics. Rotate the statuette. Let's consider the optics.
Let's think. To vanquish the beast, the statues have to be lined up in a specific order. What can the shield be for? To protect its holder? Why not? But in that case, what's the lantern for? Step back and take a second, Louis. Be logical, but open-minded. Think outside the box. Nobody said a statue has to have only one use. I wonder if the lantern was to distract the Medusa. This shield can both protect the holder and also reflect the light from the lantern to distract the beast. In other words, I'll have to make an angle of 90 degrees between the lantern and the Medusa by turning the shield to face the sword. If Mortimer's the one who thought of all this stuff, then honestly, he must have a screw loose. Crazy idea, but worth a shot.
Okay, so rotate toward the hero holding the sword. Alright, because that'll create a 90-degree angle between him and the Medusa. Right, and then this guy would rotate towards the shield, right? Toward the shield. And that would reflect off of that, and then the guy with the sword would be... The guy with the sword would not look at her, right? It would turn away from him, I would think. Like, you wouldn't turn him towards Medusa, you would turn him towards the hero holding the shield, right? Because if he turns toward Medusa, he would be looking at her and then turn to stone. Maybe. Or maybe I do have to turn him towards the Medusa.
A painting with no name.
Or do I have to rotate the Medusa though, don't I? Rotate that towards the... Do I rotate it? Toward the hero holding the shield, right? I would think. Okay. And then was this here before?
The origin of myths, a reinterpretation of legendary creatures. Just what I need. The text is in French on the left-hand page and in Latin on the right hand. Let's find the chapter on the Medusa.
Read the page in French.
Hang on. This version is significantly different from the regular one. It recounts how men have always belittled women in society. Harpies, mermaids, the chimera, the hydra, the gorgons. Ah, the section on the Medusa. While some of the heroes divert attention from the gorgon, the hero with the sword brandishes his weapon at the Medusa.
At the Medusa. Alright, and the page in Latin...
There's an extra line in the Latin translation. The night light was reflected in the shield and blinded the monster. So the hero with the sword seized the opportunity and cut off its head. Okay, so basically it was the answer to the riddle, which is I was almost at. I just have to rotate this guy to face the Medusa, which makes sense because the Medusa, I moved the Medusa head to turn the other way. So now I just face this guy towards the Medusa. There it is. Okay. Got ping pong balls falling down? What's going on here? Oh, false fireplace, huh?
Rah! For Pete's sake, Emily! You scared the pants off me. Don't ever do that again.
Well, keep your nose out of my business then.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Stop fooling around and tell me what you're doing here.
Well, you did just see me rotate on a freaking thing here, right? Dodge the question with humor. I kind of want to hear what his humor would be.
I was feeling a bit peckish. I went in search of the kitchen and I ended up here.
Your sense of direction is mind-boggling, isn't it? Well, no matter. I'll tolerate your presence this one time. Now, since you're here, make yourself useful. Look around on your side. I'll do the same on mine. And if you find anything of interest, let me know.
Oh yeah, in your dreams. At your service, madam.
Alright, apparently that was humor. Examine the symbols. Occultism level 1, sure.
The heavenly symbols refer to Pandora's box. Emily, I'm pretty sure I've got Pandora's box.
Of course you have. You see an earthen pot and you immediately assume it can only be Pandora's box. Logical. What I like about you, Louis, is that you never fail to surprise me.
Okay. Let's not open the jar.
I'd rather not open it.
You're afraid, aren't you?
Have you ever heard of the Ark of the Covenant?
Yes.
A piece of advice. If you come across it, don't open it. You'll thank me.
Okay, Indy. Before we do that though, what is it to... There's 2 effort points. Let's do this. We'll finally start using some of this. Because I've been finding tons of it around. Oh, are you kidding me? Intoxicated. You've used 4 consumable items during a single quest or consumed a noxious element. Dialogue timer is no longer visible. Really? Really? Alright, well we have the golden jigger. So, there you go.
A golden fleece.
It's freezing. Hurry up.
Advisor to use a hide. Alright, well, whatever.
An unofficial gospel? You'd be more likely to find this kind of book at the Vatican.
Nothing special. The library at Buckingham has 3.
Occultism level 1.
The Gospel according to Judas, or How to Crucify Jesus as part of God's plan. You do realize that the contents of this book could undermine the very foundations of Christianity.
One more reason to leave it in the secret room of a lost manor on a private island.
Do you realize how important this book is?
Of course, but what I really
Belongs
want
in a
to
museum.
know is how did it come into Mortimer's possession?
I was thinking the same thing about all the paintings and sculptures in the manor.
She read them. Said nothing. What a bragger was that? Got a knife. Collector coins. Oh, there was a coin on top of there. Okay. What do we have over here? Caesar's crown?
Guess what I found?
The Holy Grail.
Older than that.
A piece of Noah's Ark.
Not that old.
This could go on for hours. Just tell me.
Caesar's laurel wreath.
Somehow I guessed that. I had a feeling that was a thing. Why laurels as a symbol?
Do you know why laurel wreaths are used and not, say, mistletoe or another plant?
The laurel
The
wreath
rare?
symbolized glory in Roman times.
In your opinion, what kind would suit me best?
A crown of nettles.
Oh, great. Well, at least someone's doing some looking around here. You're enamored by that one thing there.
Oh, looks like a pamphlet on different political regimes, written by Mortimer himself.
Okay. Sword?
You should see this sword, Emily. It's magnificent.
I'm busy. Describe it to me.
Sword of King Arthur, Joan of Arc. Genghis
I
Khan?
think it's a sword of Genghis Khan.
Brush up on your classics. Asian weapons are definitely not this shape.
All the swords forged in Asia don't necessarily have a curved blade.
Yeah,
Are you
jeez.
blind? It's a thrusting saber, a pure product of the West.
When you don't get the last word, your repartee goes all aggressive.
When you finished playing, maybe you can help me search the place?
Hey, I've been doing more searching than you've been doing. You've been stuck there on that one display case. Also, there's some amber here.
Fragment of amber.
A fragment of amber. He loves his amber.
Here's something interesting. A manor in Maine, hundreds of acres of land in Catalonia, properties in Shanghai. Incredible. Some of these deeds are over 600 years old. And all signed by the hand of Mortimer.
I wonder if that's what inspired my mother's attention.
How
Oh,
come
he's
all
an
these
immortal.
documents have Mortimer's signature on them?
Do you think all these properties really belong to him?
Did he die in the Highlands of Scotland? But that was in the 1500s, though. Assume Mortimer is immortal. See, you know, this guy's on the same level as me.
These documents must be fakes. No man can own that many original works, no matter how rich he is.
Be careful. The Order has tried many times to estimate his personal wealth without ever succeeding.
And look here. Castles in Scotland, vineyards in Italy, districts in Venice. He's richer than some European countries.
These documents are intriguing, but do you really think that's what attracted your mother's attention here?
And how do you know my mother was interested in this room?
I didn't know, I just supposed she was. And you just confirmed it. So, do you think she found what she came for?
I don't know. She was obsessed with Mortimer, and I must confess these property deeds are troubling.
If that's the case, why would she have left them?
Once again, I don't know. We'll have to ask her when we find her. And what's your take?
Why conceal? Well, I know why he would conceal it, but how has it all been acquired?
How did Lord Mortimer get all this? It's just crazy.
Secret connections, money, or a well-kept family treasure passed on from generation to generation. Who knows?
That would mean some of Mortimer's ancestors lived before Jesus was born. I wonder why my mother didn't make it clear what she was interested in here.
She didn't have time to write it down, or maybe she wasn't sure of what she was looking for.
Or she wanted to protect her discoveries. It's disturbing.
You'll just have to search the rest of the room. Maybe you'll find something.
Did she say as much in one of your flashbacks? Like, hey, nobody should know about this ever.
What is that you found?
A cameo pendant. What's going on?
Nothing.
For crying out loud, Emily, you lunged for that jewel like your life depended on it. Tell me what this is about.
No. We just met, Louis. I like you, but I can't just suddenly open myself up like a book to you.
Listen, Emily. It seems pretty obvious to me that you haven't come here for the sole purpose of sampling Mortimer's cellar. Stop all the clever evasions and just trust me.
And why the hell should I place my trust in you, Louis?
Oh boy. Psychology, so conviction, no, psychology is one of her things that she's not immune to, right?
When are you going to understand that I just want to help you?
What do you expect? That I'll fall into your arms and say yes to everything you want?
What are you talking
that would
about?
be nice.
I'm only asking you to trust me a little. If only on principle, as a member of the Golden Order, for example.
I'll admit you are fairly reliable.
That's it? I was expecting more.
Well, I'm prepared to trust you when it comes to choosing a French cheese. But I've nothing to gain by confiding in you any further than that.
Nothing to gain? Damn it, Emily. I'm only trying to help you. Stop needing to gain something all the time.
Because you think I need help?
Just like everyone. You have your strengths and your weaknesses. And there's no use pretending otherwise.
Ha! And I bet you found out where I'm weak, haven't you?
I just exploited it, so yes. Psychology.
You think your scathing wit protects you, but in fact, it makes you blind. No sooner have people introduced themselves than you already see them in a bad light. You play the part of a strong woman, and yes, you are a strong woman, of course. But what I see is a sensitive young lady who lacks self-confidence. Stop adopting a defensive posture, and you'll see just how quickly new doors will open.
There is some truth to what you say.
Ooh.
I might have some weaknesses, but I don't need your help to overcome them. And I'm simply not contemplating collaborating with anyone at this time. Do you understand?
Already has a partner. She prefers to walk alone. Likes to lead her. Live collaboration conviction. Takes orders from someone. She likes to lead her investigations herself. I get the feeling she's taking orders from someone. Where she already has a partner. Hmm. Hmm. I think she's taking orders from someone.
Well, one thing is very clear. You're working for someone. You're the dark hand of someone more powerful. Home, for example. You seem to know each other very well.
Why are we bringing home to the conversation? If you knew me better, you would know that I take orders from no one.
Huh.
I
Okay.
already have a work partner.
Ah, see, I figured.
I know my weaknesses.
I figured
don't
it
doubt that your
was
abilities
either one of
will
those.
give use to me, but I already have all that, thanks to my teammate.
Is there any chance you might tell me who he is?
No, I've already said too much. Consider yourself lucky I've even given you this much. It's extremely rare, believe me.
Come on, don't stop now that you've come this far. You know that eventually I'll end up making you talk.
Well, since no one can resist you, let's see if you can guess who my partner is.
You're a gambler. So, your partner is...
He was affected by the cameo. Yeah, it's probably a woman, I would think. And I think it's my mother.
It's as obvious as it is surprising. You're my mother's hard-hitting partner.
Oh, God, do you really believe the nonsense that comes out of your
Okay.
mouth?
Well, a second ago I
Nuts.
did. A little.
Sorry, Louis, your mother is not my partner.
But it's definitely a woman, right?
Your sister. She's your partner.
Oh.
She's the one you're looking for.
Well, I am impressed. How the devil did you guess I had a sister? Virtually no one even knows.
Yeah.
When it
I
comes to
knew
getting
it was a woman.
results, you are very good. I grant you that.
Hey, I'm not
You
that
deserve
bad.
to know why the sight of the cameo pendant affected me so strongly. I thought it belonged to Emma, my twin sister.
Oh. Now I get why you said you had a memory for two.
Yes, you can't imagine to what extent, though. As children, everyone got us mixed up. So one day we decided to play along. Since then, we have become one and the same. We have officially erased the identity of my sister Emma. Emily Hillsborough, the woman with two faces.
Clever. But isn't it complicated? How do you make it work?
One of us has no existence in the outside world. We share everything. First for one, then for the other. We dress the same, wear the same makeup, we speak the same. We've learned to act as one. When we accept a mission, we both turn up. This time, though, she went ahead, and I was meant to wait for her on the mainland. She was meant to meet Sir Home and bring back the details so we could work out who would follow up.
And there was a problem?
She was supposed to return from Mortimer's 1 week ago. The boat turned up at Plymouth, but alas, no trace of my sister. Instead, a sailor passed me a message from home, notifying me of her sudden disappearance.
So, my mother and your sister go missing just a few days apart. That's strange. Maybe their disappearances are linked.
It's clearly a possibility, but up to now I haven't found a trace of either of them.
None of this is very reassuring.
By the way, Louis, now that you are in on the secret, you are obliged to keep it to yourself, or you will pay very dearly.
Don't worry. Your secret is safe with me.
Very dearly.
It's time to leave.
Yeah, I mean, all the talking we've done, you would expect someone would have heard us by now.
So, what do you think of our first adventure?
I must admit, it has been fun by your side.
Same here.
That's why he didn't recognize her, right? Because it was probably her sister that he met, even though they're supposed to be twins.
Oh, she's been drinking too much again.
Louis, I need to talk to you right now.
Good evening, Elizabeth. Actually, this is not a good time.
I'm begging you, please don't leave me alone.
I'll be waiting for you in your room, but don't be late.
In my room, huh?
I was sure there was a certain je ne sais quoi between us.
Louis,
No,
we
I
need
don't
to
think that's
talk
the case.
Now. Otherwise, it'll be too late.
Looks like Elizabeth really needs me, but if I start talking to her, for sure Emily won't wait for me. What should I do?
I have a feeling. Oh, Elizabeth or join Emily. I don't know why she's out in her underwear, but I get the feeling like something's really up here. But I think I've learned all I'm going to learn about Elizabeth because I've been through her room already. I don't think there would be anything that she could tell me other than that. So I'm just going to join Emily.
Excuse me, Elizabeth, but some very urgent business has cropped up. We can speak tomorrow.
No, Louis, don't leave me alone. They've come back.
Good night, madam.
She's got her entire body tattooed up.
Well, well, Louis, you took your sweet time.
Forbidden
what did
fruit.
Our poor Elizabeth want?
Nothing. She's in our bed. Okay. Nothing important.
The truth is, I really don't have the slightest idea. But I thought all of that could wait until tomorrow.
That young girl seems very...
Emily? Have I misunderstood something here? What are you doing in my room?
And for a while now, a question has been nagging at me.
And that explains why I now find you here in my bed. Go ahead. Ask me the question that's been burning at your lips.
I know your mother
Back and
was here
forth.
to meet someone, but I can't figure out who.
Oh, so that's what's been hiding behind all this.
We are both members of the Order, Louis. Let's try to be honest with each other. I have followed with great interest your affair in Paris, in connection with Mr. von Borchardt. You managed to steal something from him, if I'm not mistaken.
The book. It's possible. It's possible?
Exactly. And what about you, my friend? What were you and your dear sister looking for here?
Well, our mission was to find out more about that particular book.
And why that one?
Let's just say that the Queen is desperately seeking a way of relieving the King from his difficulties with dementia.
Well, how about that?
This is quite fascinating. But just what did Sarah expect to accomplish here?
Psychology. She's not. Okay, we'll do the psychology thing.
If only I knew myself. My mother always takes a sly pleasure in telling me as little as possible.
Oh, poor little Louis. Your mother hides things from you. That's not very nice.
No, it's not nice at all. And you? What were you supposed to do once the book was found?
Give it to our sponsor, of course. Sir Gregory has more than one card up his sleeve.
So you mean Home is playing both sides? I'd say the Queen is going to be disappointed.
What can we do? Sometimes things work out like that. Right. Enough chatting. Come and join me instead.
Probably not a good idea to join her in the bed, but 'cause she's gonna steal something. She's gonna steal the book, right? I mean that's that's the whole thing, right? It's bang and steal, a bang and a steal. This is such a freaking trap. I can just tell this is a trap, so I'm just gonna say no thanks.
Emily, don't take this the wrong way, but I really don't think this would be a good idea right now.
I see. You don't think it would do you some good to relax and clear your mind a bit?
That's a good point, but seriously, I'd rather we didn't.
I understand, Louis. I won't insist any further.
Thanks, Emily.
She's still gonna take something on the way out, isn't she? Just get that feeling. Upright. I am immoral and upright. So there we go. I don't know if they should have called that upright or not. What does this guy want?
Monsieur de Richet, at last we meet.
Oh, okay. Resolved the enigma. I could have found out more about the past of Elizabeth and my mother. I could have spent the night with Emily. Okay, I didn't fail anything anyway, so that's something. So, all right, we're at level 5, and we can do some things here. What would be ecology's level 1? Logic might be a good idea. Let's unlock that. I would really like to unlock agility because there's been so many things that have required agility around here. So let's just do that. Ooh, battle hard and jack of all trades. Oh, and that was the end of the first episode. I had a feeling they were ending the first episode there. So that was interesting. I feel like there's a lot of they've given you a lot of stuff to a lot of MacGuffins and stuff to kind of look at. You know, like there's all these like, oh, you can use this power, use that power. I didn't have to do it too much. I did have to do it towards the end there. It looks like they were really giving you a lot of confrontations and things. But I feel like I can see where they're going with it. Like it's they want you to replay it because they keep telling you, oh, you missed this opportunity, you missed that opportunity. But it's yeah, I don't know. It's interesting. It's an interesting story. I'm not quite sure where they're going with it. I can't say that I'm kind of interested in what the overall story is going to be, but at the same time, it hasn't really gripped me that much. So it seems as though it's an episodic thing. I guess it's really they're just trying to set up the world right now. So maybe now the world building is done, they can sort of really dig into the interesting bits. Like obviously it feels like Mortimer is either a forger or an immortal. I like that was one of the choices they had. I would have liked if the voice actor was just broke out into a Queen song at that point. That would have been kind of cool. But so far, I guess the interesting thing is I've been able to sort of intuit a lot of things, which I kind of like. I like how I was able to kind of come to some conclusions here and there that were relatively correct. Did have that one failure with Napoleon, but that one, of all the dialogue options, that was the only one that had like very innocuous options that didn't all make a whole lot of sense. And this game does kind of suffer from that a little bit. Like you don't really know what your character's going to say for a particular dialogue option. Looks like there's going to be 5 episodes. All right, and then we got more here. I guess if I click on this, was it going to give me a? Is it going to give me a preview? Maybe. No, no. I thought maybe it would give me some kind of preview there. How do I click here to return to the game? So yeah. All right. Well, that has been The Council, my friends. Episode 1. We'll come back when episode 2 and others are released. I'm intrigued enough to return to it. So thanks so much for watching, everybody, and I will see you next time.